Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Elizabeth, and this is going to be a collective tarot and oracle reading for the week ahead. So July 11th through the 18th. I think that's right. Yep, the 11th through the 18th. So welcome to everyone. I'm so happy to have you here. Let's get some messages. I just want to clear this space a little bit, burn a little Palo Santo. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you enjoyed the energies of the new moon in Cancer. I think as I'm filming this, the moon may still be in Cancer. Not quite sure. It may have actually moved on to Leo. So quite possibly it is in Leo as I'm filming this, but I'm not really sure. So let's just get into the energies. Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us. And I'll just give myself a quick spray. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to use the Lightseer's Tarot, and we're going to clarify with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and we'll see what other decks want to be used tonight. So messages for the collective. So this is all signs. It's not sign specific. It's just energy. As always, these are general messages. They may not resonate for everyone. So only take what feels right for you and leave the rest. Never give up your power to a reading or to a reader. Very, very important, okay? One more time. Okay, here we go. So, okay, they came out right away. Highest and best messages. Beautiful. Wow, you guys. So there may be some type of decision that you're going to be making this week. Perhaps some of you are going on a trip, deciding what to do with that ace there, that Ace of Wands coming out straight away. So fire energy as we move into moon in Leo. We have Venus in Leo. We have Mars in Leo. They're about to make a big conjunction to each other. I think on the 18th, so maybe leading up to that. This is definitely like we're in Cancer season, but it feels a little fiery with all of the Leo energy. So here you are sort of, you know, with your Ace of Wands. Where do you take your passion? You may be feeling more energized this week, have more energy, have more passion, drive, wanting to do something, wanting to get something going. And the Hierophant came out. So this is a spiritual energy with the King of Swords. So when the Hierophant comes out with the King of Swords, it kind of makes me wonder if there's some type of teacher in your life or mentor in your life. Someone important, perhaps a masculine figure, but definitely could be a feminine as well. It's not gender specific, it's energy. When these two come out, the Hierophant and the King of Swords, it feels like that sort of very, very wise counsel. You know, look at these two. Very wise counsel. We have Taurus and Aquarius energy here. So there may be, you may be deciding to like sort of study with someone, talk to someone about your business plans, about your schooling, about your life path. Perhaps you might be booking a reading this week. That could be something else. You might be looking for some spiritual counsel, someone who is very, very high-minded. And if not, I'm feeling like the other thing that is happening too is it's just a spiritual energy. Some of you may be looking to take a trip, like a pilgrimage sort of, or a spiritual retreat, like something really cool like that. Maybe it's a place that you've always wanted to go to, and perhaps that's like something that you're going to be doing this week is planning or booking that trip to some like very exotic place. Like, see how he almost looks like he could be at the top of a mountain, like in Tibet, you know? Super cool energy. I really love it. It's also showing where there's like a clarity that's coming in this week. So if there is a decision that you're looking to make, you're choosing between one direction or the other, or just in general, like you're trying to make a decision, like as far as your plans go, like get something like solid. going, like a written in stone kind of a thing, then the advice, and well, not the advice, but the energy here is that you're going to have a lot of clarity. The King of Swords is he's very clear. He knows, you know, he's very decisive. He knows what's best for him. He has a mastery over his logical mind. So he's very clear-headed, and you see like a nod to all of these birds. Obviously it's air energy, so the wise owl, the raven, associated with magic and mysticism. We even see the bat, so that's sort of symbolic of like a rebirth. And the Hierophant, it's a spiritual energy, you know. We see this ladder, so it's like there's a higher consciousness associated with this energy. So this week you may like really feel very clear about where you're going, what you want to do in regards to a certain situation, life path even. And at the bottom of the deck was the Hermit and the Hanged Man. So this is showing where like maybe a week ago, a month ago, it wasn't that clear for you. And, you know, you really took some time to be quiet within yourself, to pause. So there wasn't a lot of action. This is what you were doing. You were getting your mind right. You know, you were figuring out what it is that's important to you, like really important to you. So this is the underlying energy. This is like, you know, what's sort of at the undercurrent. So it feels like you've done this and now it's like, okay, you're ready to take action. I love that the King of Swords came up for that reason. The Hermit is where, you know, you do go within, it's like about knowing thyself. So it's where you do connect with your heart. This is Virgo energy. And I also see Pisces here, and it's emotional. You see all of that water. So you may have had to sacrifice some things recently, like within this Two of Wands of decision making or deciding, you know, which thing to do, how to get your plans together. You may be realizing and seeing where some things have to go. There is a sort of surrender that happens here, you know, like she looks very calm being in this position. So she's just sort of surrendering to it, and tapping into, you know, her emotions, because her hand is sort of like reaching down to touch this water, which is the subconscious, the emotions, the heart space, all of it. And when you come out of Hanged Man, you receive a new perspective. So there's a new way of looking at things, a new way of looking at your life. And I love this Hierophant because he's so in bliss. So it's also about like the things that you are going to be driving forward with inside of your life, your relationships, your work, all of it. It should bring you to a place of bliss and joy. The Hierophant is also where we break through societal norms. So this may be a new path for you, a new journey. You know, so it's going to lead you somewhere totally new. And, you know, and it's almost like that's where the unknown is. Pisces can, you know, symbolize where there's a mystery. It's the unknown. And you've really taken your time, you know, to look into this, to really feel into this, to see if it's something that's right for you. You know, the Hermit, in this card, it's like she leaves the lantern down here and then she finds the light within herself. So it's like lighting up the darkness, which is really beautiful. Both of these cards here, it's about lighting up the darkness. So where was I going with this? So it may be like a new path for you. It's breaking through the path that you've walked perhaps most of your life, you know, that prescribed path, like what you've done up until your life, like thus far. It may be something new. And, you know, and you may be seeking counsel from someone perhaps who's been there, done that, you know, someone that you admire, someone that you look up to. And if not, this is your inner teacher coming out, because the Hierophant is the teacher and the King of Swords is the counselor. So it's even a nod to your own development, you know, that you are emerging as this wise counsel, as this teacher, and sort of deciding where to take that. It's really beautiful, you guys. So let's get, and underneath the Hermit and the Hanged Man was the Three of Wands. So this is where, you know, you're manifesting. There's success there, you know, there's success. Okay, so let's just get a couple more. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. Okay, let's see what we have here. Beautiful, you guys, Two of Cups. So for some of you, this could be around a union with the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. The Hierophant can also symbolize, you know, commitment, higher level commitment, marriage even. So this could be around a relationship, Two of Wands, Two of Cups. As a side relationship note, there may be someone coming towards you to make you an offer, you know, to tell you that they want to take your relationship to the next level is something that I'm seeing. It may have been, there may have been a separation between the two of you. You haven't spoken in a while, or you've kind of taken a time out, or maybe things just felt sort of stagnant or stuck inside of the relationship. And this week, you know, the energy sort of opened up, and with that Cancer new moon, and then, you know, all of this energy in Leo, it's very passionate. Mars and Venus, the sort of masculine and feminine of the planets coming together in a conjunction. So it is a potent time for relationship and union and love. So some of you could be like, this person is kind of deciding to come towards you right now and make you an offer, you know. And they may not be like overly emotional about it. It's like they have a certain knowing. So they may be coming to you like not overly gushy and like, oh, I love you so much. Like the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups might be, or the Knight of Cups, I should say. And they may not be coming to you like super romantic or super like fiery and passionate. They may just be coming to you very cool. Okay. So, so just be on the lookout for that. If some of you do have like someone new that maybe you've just been dating for a little while, or if someone's returning from like a past relationship, they may come to you sort of like cool, or that could be your energy, you know, where you're like, well, you know, let's see, like, show me, don't tell me. It's that kind of energy. And for others of you, I feel like whatever this thing is, this decision, this path forward, this perhaps new venture that, you know, you've really been considering for a while, it's something that is just bringing you like into union with yourself. It's where like you are finding your own missing pieces. You're becoming more whole. There's an energy of becoming more whole, the two and the two. So it's like your own, it's your own stuff, you know, and you're finding like a certain wholeness and healing around this. The Two of Cups is a very healing energy. It's where there's a partnership that's very healing. So on the other end of this too, it could be if it's about business, you know, this is partnering up with someone. I'm just seeing partnership here with all of these twos. And it's a great match. This is where the cups match. This is where they are of the same vibration and the same frequency, that this person is sort of on this path as well. You know, this path of ascension, this path of expanded consciousness, on the spiritual path. And there's just sort of like, I don't know, I'm just hearing like it's a no muss, no fuss. Like it's like you guys just kind of get each other. There's just like a knowing. It feels like the right thing. It feels like the logical thing to do. And that's pretty cool, you know, because around that, there's not a whole lot of confusion. Like the King of Swords, he doesn't really get very confused. He just like kind of knows, you know, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he thinks, and he, you know, and it's very logical, and it's also well thought out. So there's an energy of like having all of this very well thought out, you know, perhaps like that's what, like I said, what this Hermit and the Hanged Man was all about. It's like thinking all of this through. So it does feel like a week of action. It's, you know, it has a really nice energy to it. At the bottom of that pull was the Nine of Cups. and the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, so, and the High Priestess. Like, you just know, there's a knowing. It's intuitive. It's something that you really know. And it may have been something like that you've been very, very quietly, carefully planning, pondering, contemplating, you know, all of that with the High Priestess, more Pisces energy. This is something that is a wish. There's a wish, you know, and there's an opportunity for a totally new experience here. That's why I was feeling like it was something new. There's an opportunity for a totally new experience, new love. Even if it's old love coming back, it's going to feel very new. And it's victory, the Chariot. So here's our card of Cancer, Cancer season, coming out of that Cancer new moon where it's victorious. It's a swift moving energy. It's fast. So I'm definitely seeing that the past energy was very slow, intentionally slow, and maybe non-intentional as well. This is where you pause intentionally. You go within. You check in with yourself. This is where, you know, the Hanged Man is where it's not so intentional. You may actually feel stuck here. And so, but you surrender to it regardless, because you know, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. So a time of non-action is turning into a time of action, and like it's coming in quickly. The energy is moving forward. It's victorious. So if there is some kind of a new person, situation, opportunity that presents itself to you this week, you're going to know, you'll intuitively know, like if it's right for you with the High Priestess. And underneath her was the 10 of Cups. It's crazy. So yeah, this is a beautiful energy, you guys, the Ace leading to the 10. And it feels like, you know, for a lot of you, that's like what's been going on with you. You've really been looking at your life in a bigger way, in a deeper way. I was feeling the energy of like, kind of nostalgic, but not in a sad way, like really taking time to contemplate things and remember things, and see how that's going to help you move forward, like your experiences, the lessons that you learned, how it's helping you to move forward in a way that is very successful, in a way that honors your path, in a way that honors your happiness, your joy, what you feel like you came here to do, that you came here to experience this, you know, and have your wishes be fulfilled. And it happens when your mind and your heart come together and they unify, you know, and that is the energy of the Chariot. You know, it's the two opposing forces within yourself that then come together, unify, and perhaps they compromise a bit too, you know. But again, like with this King of Swords, it's like your mind is right. You're going to feel very clear this week. If there's an opportunity that presents itself, whatever comes up this week, you have to trust that your mind is very clear, and that your intuition is on point with that High Priestess, that you've done the work, you know, that you've really done the work. So let's clarify. It's interesting because I did pull out the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So this is more of like a love deck. And yeah, so this really may be about a relationship for some of you, moving it forward, you know, really, where like the relationship gets on track. It gets back on track. That's just what I heard for some of you. It's like you're getting your love life back on track. This person that you're currently with, that you're thinking about, like you have the opportunity for all 10 cups with this person. You know, this week it may start as the Ace and the 2, but it has the potential for the 9 and the 10. Like there's a lot of cups here. It's really interesting because, you know, we have the Hierophant with the King of Swords, so you wouldn't necessarily think that, you know, it's just about like love and union. Okay, so we're getting a whole story here. I feel like this was some of the energy. I'm gonna put these back in the deck, but we get the Hermit that comes out again. with the Five of Cups. So there, you know, may have been some sadness, you know, disappointment within the heart. There were things that needed to be resolved for this person or for you. A timeout, you know, time to connect with nature, time to get, you know, quiet within yourself. It says seek. So, you know, resolving some of the issues of the heart. And then we get the Four of Wands, about stability, foundations. Like, it is about becoming more of a master, I want to say, like more productive inside of relationships. So kind of like, maybe I feel like this is an energy of really looking back at past relationships and seeing, you know, where it didn't work out, where there was an ending to your relationship or relationships, and you know, how you can have a more stable foundation inside of your current relationship or future relationships. This is so beautiful, this joy and stability, this Four of Wands. Like, I love this card. And this is a card of union and a card of marriage or halfway to marriage. It has something to do with the way that we communicate. The throat chakra coming out, 5th chakra. So looking at, you know, how you can better communicate your needs, how you can better communicate your desires, your needs, your wishes inside of a relationship, better communicate with your partner in a way that isn't overly emotional, overly needy, overly demanding, codependent. I want to say the King of Swords is really none of those things. It's Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is an air sign, right? So it's very logical, and it can seem like they say Aquarians can seem very detached or aloof, cool, you know, but the fact is that Aquarius is also the water bearer. So it means that they're holding all of the water, right? In the zodiac, they're holding the water. They're just not overcome by it. So there is emotion there. For sure, there is a lot of emotion there. There is a lot of feeling there. Like, most of my Aquarian friends are empaths, you know, even psychic. So, and they're humanitarians as well. So there is a lot of feeling there. It's just not overcome with the emotions. And like I said, this energy, I feel like, is that what's coming out. Okay, so the throat chakra came out with, let me find it. What did I do with it? It came out with the Fool, which is trust. So it is about like this new beginning, this opportunity for more fulfilling relationships through our ability to communicate better. So that's where the expansion is happening. That's where the increased awareness is happening. It's not so much about like not having the feelings. It's how we communicate our needs, our wants, our desires, what's working, what's not working. It's about the communication. Also, if this is an old relationship that, you know, you may reconnect, let's say, communication may open up. So that's a nod to that as well. The Fool, that new beginning, taking a risk, you know, it's sort of like inside of this Hermit that we saw twice, inside of this Seeker energy, this Hermit energy, there was an unlearning, like a deprogramming, an emptying of some of the energies of the past, clearing like what can just go, and then integrating the rest of it so that it serves you in the current energy and the future. Aquarius is also the sign of the future. So it is thinking, you know, thinking forward thinking. So how is this going to serve me, you know, next year even? But in the current energy, it's like you or this person, both of you have been in this sort of hermit mode. Okay, another card came out, so we'll talk about that. But like, you know, because it came out twice, so I'm feeling like this was both of you. Even if you haven't met this person, even if this is somebody totally new, you may be finding that you were both doing this, the seeking, the going within to really like look at these patterns, because we get we get the 8 of Swords here, helpless and hopeless, 8 of Swords, where it's like repeating patterns. The 8 turned on its side is the Lemniscate. So where we have been like enslaved ourselves with the energies of the mind, where we've kept ourselves stuck inside of limiting beliefs, patterns of thinking, where it's kept you trapped, it's kept them trapped, not being able to move forward, it's hopeless. You know, I'm never gonna get this right inside of my relationships, it's always gonna end the same way. It's just all of that. Coming out as the King of Swords, it's like going into hermit mode helped you, this person, to master this, to move on from this, you know, to climb those mountains, to traverse the obstacles, to overcome the obstacles. So really emerging this week as someone who has a much better grasp on these things. It doesn't mean you're perfect and, you know, there's never going to be a struggle again, but it does feel like a really, really fresh energy that's coming in collectively inside of relationships, for love, for partnerships, you know, about trusting what we've learned so far, you know, trusting what you've learned, trusting the experience, trusting that the experiences that you've had have taught you some really valuable lessons. The energy of the 8 for me is a karmic energy, you know, so working through the density, working through some of your patterns, your karma, even things from past lives that have, you know, followed you into this incarnation, that there is like a leveling up is what I'm seeing. And, you know, and also about sort of emptying yourself of regret, you know, any regret, you know, this energy of, what does it say? Change your focus. That's the energy of the Hanged Man. It's, you know, gaining a totally new perspective of yourself, really. And this emptying, you know, at the 0 point, this emptying of like just trusting. So if a cup comes towards you and it's beautiful and it feels like, okay, this is a match for me, see that? Then take it. Then take it. Yeah, then take it. So, okay, you guys, we went 27 minutes. I want to get 2 more cards. I want to do a Sacred Creators Oracle, and then I want to get us a chakra card. I know the throat chakra came out, so that's what's like, it's a beautiful energy, because I feel like the heart is turned on. All of this cups energy with the Chariot of Cancer, like I feel like the heart feels pretty good, you know? There's been some kind of an activation collectively with the heart space. So now it's about, okay, how do we then express that, you know? So the communication. And the throat chakra also, it's also about listening, you know, not forgetting where you were inside of this hermit energy, whether your hermit looked like this or whether your hermiting looked like this, right? You were listening, right? So the throat chakra is also about listening. So this is also about messages coming in from spirit, from your guides. There may be this person in the physical world, perhaps it's your father or your mother, you know, your older sister who's had a happy marriage for 20 years, like really listening to those people, perhaps, if that resonates for you. But otherwise, it is this energy of listening internally and then to spirit as well. So it's funny because before I started this video, I was gonna wear, I have this necklace and I wanted to put it on, and then I couldn't find the chain that I usually wear it with, but it's a throat chakra crystal. It's called Cavansite, and I believe I have a small piece of Cavansite right here. So this is a really powerful stone. It's pretty rare, you know, you don't find it, especially in jewelry, you don't find it that often. So that's Cavansite. You can see the color of it. But, you know, obviously it's a throat chakra. It helps with the throat chakra, but it also really connects you to the messages. So even the clairaudience, clairvoyance as well, So really being able to hear, and the clairaudience is connected to the throat chakra, whereas like the clairvoyance is connected to your third eye, you know, and the crown obviously, but the clairaudience of being able to like hear is connected to your throat chakra. So I just feel like it's also an energy of listening. So this week, really listening, you know, the messages are going to come in and you may be getting communication from someone. Perhaps you've been waiting on it. They may be waiting on you too. If this is like, if this is someone, you know, even if it's not romantic, if it's a friend, a family member, I feel like you're both kind of waiting on each other. So maybe I'll get a card for that, but let's get a Sacred Creators Oracle card. Thank you, Spirit. Celebrate your wins. Beautiful. Number 49, and my card came out. So I think this, I forget if this came out in last week's reading. Celebrate your wins. Is this, I want to say it's a rooster. We're going to look this up. Is that a rooster? Like cawing at, you know, the rooster crows at the break of dawn? I feel like that's what it is. This is the rooster crowing at the break of dawn. So for some of you, you could be like getting up really early this week. But it is, you know, the early bird gets the worm. So the time to act really may be now, right? The time to act really may be now. And also it is about giving yourself a pat on the back, you know, celebrate your accomplishments. If you've been in this hermit, hanged man, where perhaps there hasn't been a whole lot of action, let's just say in your love life, but you're feeling like you're more equipped to handle a relationship now. You feel that you will know how to express yourself a lot better. You feel as though, excuse me, you will be able to sort of like detach a bit from some of the over emotional energies, whether it's moodiness, some codependency, like if those are things that you've been working through, it's about that. Celebrate your wins, whatever that looks like for you. Celebrate your wins, just that maybe, you know, you feel like you're attracting higher vibrational energies into your life, higher vibrational partnerships, people. Celebrate that. Whatever you can celebrate this week, Spirit wants you to celebrate. And that is that energy of the rooster crowing. I think it's a rooster crowing. I'm going to check the book just really fast, because if it isn't, I want to know. It's a time to list accomplishments, allow praise, feeling deep pride. That's this Leo energy, right? The lion's pride. And victory around that, knowing that you are deserving of positive attention. So it is sort of like, I would say this is like the Six of Wands with Mars and Venus in Leo. And as we kick off the week, I think the moon will be in Leo too. It doesn't say, I don't think it says if it's a rooster, but that's what I see it as. It says you've earned a few gold stars that you haven't given yourself enough credit for. And it's time to indulge in some serious self-praise with some lavish celebration. So this might be a week to party a little bit, all this cups energy. When there's a lot of cups energy, it can, you know, signify like having drinks with friends. And maybe, you know, you don't drink alcohol, so maybe it's like your matcha lattes, your smoothies, you know, whatever you like to do when you are celebrating, partying, whatever. So it's saying like, you know, look for the wins you've had and focus on everything you've accomplished. Write it down. See the progress you've made, because you've come a long way, baby. You've come a long way, baby. I love that. So celebrate yourself. That's that Nine of Cups. It might not even be like some kind of wish fulfillment. It's like, it's already here and you can just celebrate it, you know? Okay, so it can be far too easy to ruminate on what's not working. And as a result, some of your amazing work gets shrugged off, downplayed, or downright missed. So giving yourself credit this week where credit is due. And this is my power card. So when I bought this deck and I, I opened the deck and I started reading through the book. The author, Chris-Anne, she said, to go through the deck and kind of pick your power card. And I picked Soul on Fire as my power card. So it really is about the things that set your soul on fire. That's like, it's like, what is that? Do that, do those things. Number 38. So it feels like it might be kind of like a bit of a party week, you guys. A week of celebration, a week of victory, a week of being with the people that you love, having some fun. I know I have a really busy week ahead, so I don't know how much celebrating and partying I'll be doing, but I'm going to keep this in mind just to see if I get any invitations to do anything fun, yeah, and really speaking up, using the throat chakra. So this could just be like a lot of communication with friends, communication at work, communication with family. Maybe people are just extra chatty, which I really love. And maybe it's, I'm feeling like it's a week where people aren't going to be so moody, where the energy is just going to feel a lot more calm. That's this energy. The King of Swords energy, it can be a little bit restless, but it's pretty chill. It just feels like a kind of like a chill week, happy week, with that Hierophant there, like a happy week. So I'm going to do one last card from the Chakra reading cards deck and just get us one more message and just see if there's anything else important that Spirit would like us to know. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay. I knew this card was going to come out. I knew it. I saw it before I even started shuffling. I saw this card. So we get family, and I love that. So, this Two of Cups could be about, as more of a nod to your family, your soul family, your siblings, your parents, your children, your husband, your wife, your partner. Look at that, you guys. Look at that sweet energy. It's so sweet. So something about like even your roots, your ancestry. Number 5, it's connected into the Hierophant too. So number 5, and this is sort of like, the structures in your life. So there may be some things like bubbling up inside of your family unit. Maybe you're just spending more time with family. It's a really beautiful energy, but it is the root chakra, which I love. It's the last card of the root chakra cards. So, the energy of your ancestors is surrounding you. So that's a message for some of you. It's a powerful time for healing family wounds and dissolving any ancestral karma. That's like the Fool energy of the emptying, that I was feeling. It's like an emptying. It's a clearing of karma. And for a lot of you, in that hermit mode, you've been clearing ancestral karma and these past relationships that perhaps there was, like the relationships that haven't worked out. That number 8, I can't find it, but it disappeared. That number 8, that was like the karma that I was seeing, that ancestral karma. Anyway, the card disappeared. So anyway, it's a powerful time for healing family wounds and dissolving any ancestral karma. It has been understood for thousands of years that we carry through our bloodlines old patterns and karma from these family members who walked before us. Just like some physical issues can be handed down the family line, so can emotional, mental, and spiritual imbalances. And I'm seeing it also as limitations, like where you felt limited, excuse me, that this is sort of like what you've been clearing, and it's actually like handed down to you through generations. And this is sort of the lifetime where you come in to clear it and just like empty it out. You're going to integrate all of these lessons, and remember to celebrate the wins. You've earned some gold stars, celebrate the wins. But this, I feel like, is what a lot of us have been doing. So this is saying that there's a big chance that any challenges you're going through at this time could be connected in some way to your family's karma. And we have to stop thinking about karma as like a punishment, you know? It's really a cause and effect. But what lingers from the karma is more density. So it's also clearing the density. Like, we're always going to have karma. That's just a thing. Like, there's always going to be some form of karma. But it's the density that is associated with it. So, you know, does it create like a more heavier energy that then affects your vibration and the world around you and all of that? So it is about like releasing the density, clearing the density of the karma. Okay, so anyway, this is just about like we're talking about, you know, I'm not going to go into like how to release it. That's something that I think is very personal to each and every one of you, myself included, you know, how we work through that. I feel that a lot of us work through karma just through relationships with other people. And that's sort of how we learn lessons. It's how we then, because relationships are a mirror, you know, they are our mirrors. So like this Two of Cups, it's like the cup is the mirror, the other person's cup. So, you know, through relationships is how the mirror is held up. You know, we have an agreement to come together and like exchange this specific energy with this specific person or place or job or, you know, whatever, friendship. And then, you know, through that, we're either clearing some karma or creating some new karma, and probably a combination of both. So, all right. So what did I want to do? I feel like I wanted to get another card about this relationship, but I feel like, all right, let's just pull like one or two more cards regarding specifically for this relationship opportunity. So what is this about? Highest and best message for this relationship opportunity. Ace of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, enough said. So there's the Ace of Cups again. It says love abounds and reaching out. So here's the message, you guys. There is an opportunity for new love. There's an opportunity to reconnect and, you know, come back together with someone. Also for something new, a new emotional experience. But it does come from, you know, coming together. The number 3 for me, like in this situation, is the energy of, you know, the two people inside of the relationship, and then the third energy that is involved, whether it's, you know, God, source, creator, an angel guide, a spirit guide. So there really is this opportunity. Someone's going to have to do the reaching out here. Because it's Pentacles, it may be a bit more stubborn. This was slow to come. And let's see what angel guide is here. So let's get a message from the angels. Yeah, 2 Ace of Cups. So there's going to be an opportunity to like work it out, you know, in a new way. And if it's something new, you may be meeting this person through work, through something that you do out in the community, you know. You may have like a similar vocation, a similar interests. I feel like you're going to meet them like outside, like in the community or through work. So what angel guide is here? Oh, that's nice. We get friendship and union, and we get vulnerability and freedom. So I feel like, obviously we get the energy of friendship and union. So that's sort of what we've been talking about, is unions, relationships. It's so important to have a basis of friendship in a love relationship. I really believe that, you know, that friendship is so important inside of our love relationships, but it's also a nod to your friends. like, you know, that energy of celebrating, of having a good time, and the vulnerability and freedom. So this is sort of like a nod to the star card. So that Aquarian energy of the star card. And in the star card, like, she is very vulnerable because she's naked. And so, like, just allowing yourselves, that's that expression. Like I was saying, it does take a certain amount of vulnerability and courage to be vulnerable, to really, really speak our truth, and speak from a place that is heart-centered and balanced, but also expressing our fears, our needs, whatever that is. But ultimately that there's, like, you know, that's what liberates us. So it's almost like liberating yourself from these past patterns and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, because with these karmic patterns, it's the base chakra, because that's where we haven't felt safe, you know, that we didn't feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And that's where the base chakra is also about courage, right? So safety, feeling safe in being vulnerable, and ultimately that's the liberation, you know, that is the liberation. That's, I don't know, the ultimate wish, like, is to be free, right? To feel free, to be free, to be yourself, free to be you and me. You know, that old Marlo Thomas movie, Free to Be You and Me. I'm free to be me, you're free to be you. Let's all be free to be ourselves, you know, and that is like the ultimate freedom, the ultimate liberation. I love this angel. I love her wings. I love these colors. Amazing. Look at that, you guys. Reach for the stars. You know, not to sound like super corny, but reach for the stars. Reach for your star. You know, there's definitely like this energy of Aquarius happening here, you know, with the King of Swords. I don't think, you know, he doesn't care what people think of him. Does he look like he cares what people think of him? So it is about, like, speaking your mind, really and truly, like, speaking your mind inside of all of your relationships, feeling free to do that, being around the people who allow you to do that. This could have been a karmic pattern here, part of your particular ancestral karma, is people in past generations who haven't been able to speak their truth. Maybe they didn't even know what it was. So freeing that, liberating that, it's interesting that is why the Hierophant came out, because this is like the prescribed path. Well, this is what your ancestors did. This is what grandma and grandpa did. This is what mom and dad did. It's about breaking those rules. So some kind of, you know, breaking free from all of those hundreds of years and however many generations, breaking free of that. The monkey mind, even, you know, the hive mind, the monkey mind, being an individual, being unique, knowing what your unique expression is, knowing the relationships that are going to support that and celebrate you, that you can celebrate your wins together. These are the people that you can speak your truth with, celebrate your wins together. You don't have to filter yourself. You may not even have all of the same beliefs, you know, but you can come from that higher mind where it's not so emotional and so attached to opinions and beliefs. You know, this guy likes to deal more in facts. It's not so emotional for him, but he still has all of the emotions. So, okay. Yeah, I think that's it, you guys. So, I hope that was helpful. I don't know if any of this made any sense, but, I guess I'll just eventually watch it on the replay after I post it. So, that's going to do it. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. If there's anything that you need from me, like any kind of a reading that you would like to see or a topic that you would like to see, I am all ears. You can email me, elizabethlight1111@gmail.com. Send me a message. You can follow me on Instagram, elizabethlighttarot, and message me there. Again, if there's something that you would like to see, I really, really want to co-create with you and partner with you. I want to, you know, really provide you with the things that you need, what you would like me to make videos about, even if there are topics that are important to you, some kind of guidance that you want me to channel through the cards. Like, I really want to connect with you on that. So take really good care, guys. Have a great week ahead. I'll see you all soon. Namaste.